Are you ready to create your smart life? Productivity everywhere. I've been waiting for this for not very long. Took about a week. N150, 16 gig of RAM, 15.6 inch, blah, blah, blah. Australia, so obviously it comes with the European style charger and this dodgy adapter here, which makes a lot of sparking and not very good. I don't know if you can see a little bit just on the ends. Just doesn't, doesn't connect very well. Yeah, that's good, isn't it? Doesn't have the what do you call it? The bit, the black bit, where you can't have your finger here and plug it in and have a fun time. Little barrel jack, no worries. Don't need it. It's Chuwi. This is not a review. So this unit came, packaging was a little beat up, but mostly okay. The display itself has a tiny bit of a backlight bleed just in this section here, and also in this section here. I've seen much worse. Like my work provided Lenovo, much more expensive laptop. The screen on is terrible, and they wouldn't do anything about it warranty wise, so just stuck with that, but whatever. The bezel on this side of the screen was completely unclipped, so I just clipped that back together. The Wi-Fi didn't have good signal, so I took the bottom cover off, had a look. The Wi-Fi antenna cable wasn't crimped properly at the factory, and it wouldn't clip in onto the antenna connector on the Wi-Fi card, which is soldered. I was able to just bend it a little bit, and it's making good enough connection now that there's no Wi-Fi issues. So that's pretty good. It came with Windows 11 23H2, so kind of really old. But I created a backup of it. If you put the serial number into Chuwi's website, you can download the drivers and also a restore image. But I'd probably just, if you really wanted to, just make a new installer from Windows itself and then manually install it and put drivers on it. Currently just running Ubuntu 25.04, and so far it's been pretty good. No USB-C charging at all, and yeah, it's pretty good. I like it. So ports there. You can check the Chuwi website or whatever for what specs, what port does what, but so two USB-A, USB-C, Ethernet, and then on the side you got the charging port, so barrel jack, HDMI, USB, and USB-C, and obviously headphone jack as well. So this has, I'm assuming they changed from the factory depending on availability and price. This has a Ethernet, is Realtek, and the Wi-Fi is Intel AX101, which is not really that great. It's Wi-Fi 6, but caps at 600 megabits, so yeah, she's a little slow. The M.2 slot is a PCIe, so I took out the standard drive and put in a 2 terabyte Crucial T500, which is working great. So I'm just going to run through the BIOS pages. It's going to stop on each page for about 10 seconds or so. So by default, Secure Boot is turned on, but there are no keys loaded in the BIOS. So basically, Secure Boot won't work at all, even though it's enabled. So to fix that, if you toggle it off and then back on, it should prompt you to install the factory keys or default keys. Once that's done, it should work. Otherwise, you can go into the custom options and then manually install the default keys, and then just set it back to standard, and that will do the trick. There's not a lot of customizability in the BIOS at all, which is pretty typical. The version number for the microcode and the management engine that you saw on the first BIOS page won't be what comes with the BIOS. I've actually edited it and updated the microcode in the BIOS, and I also did an Intel management engine firmware update through Windows, just with the latest ones that I could find. I can't guide you on that, and I don't recommend anyone does anything like that because it is easy to brick the system. So I had a quick check at the BIOS, and I'm no expert at all. I would say I know nothing, basically. But checking out the secure boot keys that it comes with, I was surprised to see actually valid-looking keys. Usually in the past when I've checked out some cheaper IT stuff, like systems or motherboards and things like that, they've had like AME, test keys and things like that. But these all look like legit keys, which is pretty cool, I think. But yeah, this is the dump of the BIOS that it came with, and yeah, so far it looks alright. Nothing obvious saying it's a test key, which is nice to see. When I did a keyword search for test, nothing like obvious stood out as like evaluation or anything like that. I think Ubuntu said that the Intel management engine is in, I forgot the word, it's like debug, or was it manufacturing mode, which is not really a big deal as far as I know. It's not really great, but you know, it is what it is. In Windows, the TPM and everything like that looked like it worked fine. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me for someone that doesn't know what he's looking at. Parsing just looks pretty standard. The fit table looks pretty standard. Yeah, security doesn't really matter, but I'm not sure if boot guard and stuff like that actually works, because I don't even know where it is now. I found it before. The boot guard key section is just all blank. I'm assuming that there should be something there, but yeah, it's just all blank in the BIOS, so whatever. Who cares, right? Who cares? But yeah, so this is the dump BIOS here, and you can see the GUIDs of stuff. Doesn't really matter, no one cares. So this is the versions of modules and stuff it comes with by default. So this doesn't exist at all, really. Who's going to use that? No one. So OROM is the old, so I guess CSM compatibility mode or something like that. No big deal. The GOP drivers, I'm not sure what GOPs they use. So with like Alder Lake and things like that, usually it's like 21.0.1065 or something. So that's like the latest one that I know of. So I'm not sure if this is completely different. I saw somewhere 21.1 mentioned. I think it's like hardware info, or maybe ADA64. So I'm not sure. I'm not knowledgeable enough to know how to look into that further, but it's probably fine. This doesn't matter at all because it doesn't have Intel Ethernet. So currently it has Realtek Ethernet, which actually is over USB. So yeah, the microcode's included. Basically, it is two versions of the same CPU ID, which is kind of common. I'm not exactly sure why they do that, but I was able to update it to the latest just using this tool, and I don't recommend you do it. But yeah, with the management engine, this is the version it comes with, and I was able to update it with a newer version. Don't recommend modifying the BIOS at all, or updating ME or anything like that. Just stick to whatever Chuwi provides and whatever it comes with, because it's very easy to brick a system, and even if you have backups and like a hardware programmer, it can be difficult to recover sometimes, or like really annoying. So not something that I really would recommend. Before I forget, this AFU Win tool, do not use it. You might be able to make a backup with it, but when you go to flash, it will get to the very first erase, and then once it's erased, it'll fail. So the only way I was able to flash or recover or whatever was using the Intel FPT. Unfortunately, wasn't able to find like the correct version, but the 16.1.25 worked. So that's like the 600, 700 series, the Outer Lake, Rocket Lake. Was it Rocket Lake? Raptor Lake. Yeah, so that worked, but I'm not sure if it's supposed to work. But yeah, I was able to recover from that situation. Otherwise, I would have needed a hardware programmer. So just something to keep aware of. Do not use AFU. Now I'm going to show you just pictures of the internals, basically. So on the bottom, there are 13 screws. One of them is under a warranty sticker. There's no hidden screws, nothing under the feet to worry about, and then it just pops apart. And then yeah, you'll be able to see the upgradability and what's inside. And that's it. No more talking, no music. It'll be boring. Just pictures. Have fun.